Hey, it's Ricky, your host for Outdoor Addiction. This week we have an exciting hunt coming in from southeast Kansas with father Charlie Phillips and his 9-year-old daughter Haley Phillips. Stick with us, this hunt's one you're not going to want to miss.
Well, this is Haley's second year to hunt turkeys during the youth season, and last year she was successful killing a really nice bird with her crossbow. This year she wanted to shoot a bird with a gun. So I don't own a very light gauge gun. All my guns are 12 gauge, so I borrowed a youth model 20 gauge. And so we went out, we hunted several times without any success. We didn't really see much the first couple times.
There you go.
We had hunted this spot the previous evening. Had the neighbor was driving some hedge posts, or steel posts not too far away. And so making quite a bit of racket. So we backed out of there, and then right before dark I went back into the field and actually saw these birds in there, not too far from the blind. So I convinced Haley to get up the next morning.
It was me and my German Shepherd and Jack Daniels, and I turned to drinking and things got pretty bad. There'd be nights I'd sit there with my pistol on my table, just should I end it now? Peterson Outdoors really touched our heart. Some of the stories that we've heard, meeting with other vets, and just having good fellowship and food and laughing and hunting. It really relieves all that stress and tension that builds up over the years.
And go in there, and it was kind of a misty, wet morning. Went in there, sat down. We heard a few gobbles really early, but we didn't have any birds fly down, or at least not into that field. And so we sat there, and it was about 30 minutes after daylight had broke that all of a sudden we kind of saw across the field in the timber line, I saw these birds' heads coming through the timber. And so we got Haley ready. The birds came right into the decoys, came in at pretty close range, I'd say 15 to 20 yards. And Haley was set up on a tripod that really allows her to hold the gun, or not have to hold the gun or have the whole weight, but just concentrate on aiming. And so she got on the birds. All the birds were the same size, so we were trying to just tell her to shoot a bird that she was comfortable on and that wasn't moving. And when she tried to pull the trigger, she said, "It won't shoot." And I was more focused on the birds, watching what the birds were doing, and really wasn't as focused on her as I should have been. And I thought she was just nervous because the birds were in so close, and that she was just had a case of the nerves. And what turned out, she couldn't actually pull the trigger because I didn't seat the shell like it should have been. So after a little bit of change up real quick and rechambering a new shell, she was able to get back on the birds, but they were starting to get out, and I actually thought that we'd kind of missed our opportunity. But
Law of University, Pittsburg State University.
Trying to just tell her to shoot a bird that she was comfortable on and that wasn't moving. And when she tried to pull the trigger, she said, "It won't shoot." And I was more focused on the birds, watching what the birds were doing, and really wasn't as focused on her as I should have been. And I thought she was just nervous because the birds were in so close, and that she was just had a case of the nerves. And what turned out, she couldn't actually pull the trigger because I didn't seat the shell like it should have been. So after a little bit of change up real quick, and
I can't.
Middle bird. Is she not going off? Nobody heard that. Ring.
Ew. Oh,
Can you do the other one?
yeah.
Oh, do the middle one again. You get break on. It's okay. Okay. You got it? What's wrong? What's wrong? That's what pays off when you have the correct ammunition. You can knock a bird down a little bit farther, even with a light 20 gauge. Oh! Look at that, Haley. Oh.
Haley put a good lethal shot on that turkey. Now the other two turkeys in the field are trying to establish a new pecking order now that there's one bird missing. Charlie decided to enhance this by making a fighting call and try to get the birds to flog the bird that's down.
This is a lot of feathers.
Did you see that? Give us some. Come see free live music with the Guerrilla Radio concert series at the Bicknell Center. Featuring Burning Tide, Southbound 69, and Burning Icarus on October 30th. Star Noise and Trophy Room on November 9th. And Megan McCoy and Jonah Korn on November 12th. All shows are completely free to students and community members. Be there.
Haley, did you see what you did to that bird? You flipped him over backwards. Haley, good job. Good job. Look at him. Look, he's flopping water. He's flopping water, Haley. He's flopping water.
Where is he?
He's dead. You flipped him over. They're all about the same size.
On film, how about that?
You got him out there a ways too, Haley. Every pretty good poke, and you flipped him over. Here. Hold on to that. Oh, buddy. Dave and I could kill the other two if we had tags. We can't.
Next weekend, all three of them would have died. Or you could have doubled. How cool would that have been?
We gotta find some morels because wild turkey and morels go together. Good job, sweetie.
I want to tell you about one of our favorite products here at Outdoor Addiction. That's Heavy Shots Magnum Blend. Everybody likes to shoot their turkeys close and over the decoys. Sometimes that's not always practical. Magnum Blend provides you with security of making a lethal shot on a turkey who may have skirted your decoys or hung up just a little bit further than you planned on. On this hunt, Haley was forced to shoot a little further than she planned on because of some malfunctions with the shotgun. However, with Heavy Shots Magnum Blend, it wasn't a problem. Thank you, Heavy Shot, for making an awesome product.
got him right in the head. Hold him up. Get him, hold him up.
Riding that long way from the city, down the top and away we go. 10 o'clock, all the girls looking pretty, answer to that radio. But it's just a small town way of life, yeah, the Friday night fireside. Well, Danny Pope shot a 12-point beer, but so he said after his 5th beer, slap him on the back and say, sure you did.
So, when you picked them out, which one were you picking out?
All.
All of them? You didn't single one out? Did you try to pick the closest one?
No.
Or which one were you just trying to get on?
I was trying to pick which one wasn't moving.
Is that what all you were trying to do?
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
One finally stopped and looked at me.
It looked at you, and then what did you try to do to him? You tried to shoot him in the face?
Mm-hmm.
And when you tried to do that, what happened?
The gun wouldn't shoot.
The gun wouldn't shoot. And how many times did you try to shoot him?
3.
3 times? You tried to pull the trigger 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
And then what did we have to do?
You had to, I don't know.
Fix it?
Yeah.
Put another shell in? When I was doing that, I was making all sorts of racket, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
So what did the bird start doing?
Walking
away. So then we got you back up. Which bird did you pick out then? Whichever one was closest?
Yeah.
Not moving?
Yeah.
So you popped him. And when you popped him, what did he do?
Did a backflip.
He did. You knocked him over?
Uh-huh.
And then we walked out there, and how far was it?
40 yards.
About 40 yards?
Yeah.
Did it knock him down good? You hear people talk about hunting and how you go through phases. You go through a phase where you want to kill as much as possible, as quick as possible. You go through a phase where you're after the biggest deer, the biggest turkey, or whatever it may be. And then you get to a phase where you just like watching the animals, and it's all more about the hunt than it is the kill. Well, you also have that phase when you're hunting with youngsters or your own kids that I get more excited hunting with her, whether it be deer, whether it be going out, even when we're duck hunting or whatever it may be, just having her out there, experiencing, seeing all the things that get me worked up, now seeing her get worked up, that I get more enjoyment out of that than I do actually, pulling the trigger myself. If someone else was thinking about taking their kids, I'd say do it. Keep it as fun as possible. Don't get serious. Do it in short bursts. Try to be it's not necessarily being as successful, but they're going out and they're seeing things. You can have a great hunt. You can have a great time, even if you're not seeing that animal that you're after. We've seen a lot of things when we've been out in the blind together, whether it was turkey hunting or whether it was duck hunting or whether it was deer hunting. We've seen a lot of things that she goes back to school and tells kids things that most kids aren't going to see. We've had some really good opportunities together that I think a lot of parents miss out on.
Guys, if you get the opportunity to take a child hunting, I'd encourage you to do so. It's rewarding to see the shine in their eye and the look on their face when the animals you're hunting cooperate. Thank you for watching Outdoor Addiction. Tuned in to us next week as Blake Hagmeyer and I take off hunting Kansas turkeys. This hunt is jam-packed full of action and ends with a double that you won't want to miss.
It was a unicorn.
Haley, you're here. Well, you say you came across and almost fell out of the blind.
Riding that long way from the city, top and away.